Happy New Year!
No, again.
Happy New Year!
There is plenty for us to catch up on today. It's been a really busy period in the cyclocross season and the road season has kicked off.
Yippee! We've also got our usual stuff, caption, tweet and comment of the week, and some really big numbers in our Strava club.
They're not the only big numbers actually. There's some pretty big numbers in our GCN birthday.
Thanks very much,
Your
guys.
birthday?
But I was a certain age yesterday, but I'm not going to disclose
They were big
how
numbers.
big those
Big,
numbers
big,
actually
They were
were.
big numbers, weren't they, mate?
Big numbers, big numbers. Yeah. The Bay Crits in Melbourne, Australia don't exactly ease the riders in gently. Fast and furious is the name of the game in those races. And there was nobody faster than young Caleb Ewan of ORICA-GreenEdge.
Yep, in his first full professional season, the 20-year-old won the first 3 events on the trot in quite fine style. The last event was won by New Zealand's Greg Henderson, who also came second to Ewan in the overall series.
And in the women's series, it was won by Chloe Hosking of Wiggle Honda, who also won the first event. And in fact, it was a pretty darn good series for Wiggle Honda all up, because Georgia Bronzini also took the last round. And in the middle, rounds 2 and 3 were won by Gracie Elvin of ORICA-GreenEdge and Peter Mullins.
On to our caption competition now, and 2 weeks ago we gave you this photo of a High Wycombe CC rider flying through the air, coming to the finish line at Hillingdon Cycle Circuit. And the winner is Daniel Wood, who said this: "While others took training for the Tour Down Under seriously, Ned decided to take it literally."
Well done, Daniel. Get in touch and we will send you your GCN hat. Here's this week's photo taken at Lunout the other week. Do you want to get started, Matt?
Yeah, this looks like an ideal spot to plant my time capsule.
It's not going to win though.
Make sure of that. This weekend we're going to see newly crowned national champions on the road and in time trials in New Zealand and Australia. But the Australian men's road race is going to be one significant rider short, because Simon Gerrans, the current national champion, had a really bad accident out on his mountain bike a couple of weeks ago, breaking his collarbone and bruising himself like... well, I'll let the pictures do the talking. 3, 2, 1...
Well, there'll be no racing for Simon Gerrans in January, and he starts his European campaign in February. And I've no doubt personally we'll see him on the podium in the Ardennes Classics.
We should probably actually apologise to Simon.
Good point.
This was from our pre-recorded GCN show, the 23rd of December.
Yeah, the GCN prediction curse strikes again.
I think, for me, Gerrans could win it overall again.
Should we ask Si or not bother?
No,
Don't bother, mate.
let's
Don't bother.
leave it.
He's not going to make the podium. Lads, I would like to just point out that my prediction was right.
That is true, actually.
Simon Gerrans will not, unfortunately, make the Tour Down Under podium.
But in 2016, I predict that he will.
Oh, Matt, come on, poor guy.
Boom bop, a roop doo bam room bop.
Those are the Creeder brothers, not...
Ooh yeah. Who remembers Roompot? That was a cracking tune by Hanson.
It
was Umbop.
Who remembers Roompot? I wonder why they named their team after a Hanson song.
Should be. You can have that, guys, by the way. You can have it.
In Rotterdam last week, Pro Continental squad Team Roompot was announced as the latest addition to the Pro Peloton. It's being run by ex-riders Eric Breukink and Michael Bogard, and is actually the only Dutch Pro Continental squad out there. So it is actually a welcome boost to Dutch cycling.
Yeah, ex-national road champ Johnny Hoogland comes across from the Androni Giocattoli squad, whilst the exclusively Dutch squad also boasts the 3 Creeder brothers, Raymond, Michael and Wesley.
They're releasing a single, you know, the Creeder
They
brothers.
should do, shouldn't they?
Time to
Yeah.
go with Thomas Decker's hour record attempt.
And Alex Dowsett's our record number as well.
He's got one.
He's already got one.
He's got a single out.
There we
already.
go.
More on that later.
Come on, the Creeder brothers. We want to hear what you've got to sing. Do bam room bop.
Those are the Creeder brothers. Not,
Big shout out to Cycle Dr. One, aka Bruce Berkeley, an ex-racing teammate of mine and regular GCN Strava leaderboard topper. Now he's about to embark on a quite incredible long-distance adventure in Adelaide, Australia.
Yeah, basically he's attempting to ride at least 300 kilometres per day for an entire month. And despite soaring temperatures down in Adelaide, it's been going pretty well so far. 5 days in, the longest ride being an amazing 331 kilometres. So we're going to keep tabs on how he's getting on.
Yeah, however, rather pissing on Bruce's bonfire slightly, if you pardon my French, another crazy Brit is attempting one of the most daunting records in the sport. The longest distance cycle in a year. So in 1939, Tommy Godwin, another crazy Brit, rode 75,600 miles in a year, which is 205 miles every single day.
Yeah, and 76 years later, step forward Steve Abraham, who's taken an entire year off work in order to attempt to beat that amazing record. Now, we doubt very much that Steve's going to have much time on his hands to watch GCN videos, but if anybody out there knows him, please tell him to join our Strava club.
Yeah, and to Bruce, well, why don't you just carry on, mate? Lightweight.
Yeah.
I just hope they've both got really, really good chamois cream.
Whatever you do, don't double dip. Now by that I mean dip, apply, dip, apply. It's just all kinds of wrong. So remember, dip once.
Oh, I forgot, before we finish with Strava, it is worth mentioning that now is the time to go out and set some new K or QOMs. Reason being that Strava have just introduced an annual achievement award, and what that means is that the big records, the all-time records, will still stand, but you'll also be able to see exactly where you stand out of everyone that's ridden that segment in 2015.
That's good. Are you still KOM on the Madonna?
Dan Lloyd. Body of a greyhound, eyes of a jackal, liver of a blue whale.
No, it got flagged. Is that right?
Did it?
That's a disgrace.
That's awful.
I know. Some people.
It's quite a look. Mum's socks, dad's shoes, and granny's knees.
It's a shame that the GCN Show's Christmas break coincides with the most fantastic part of the cyclocross season.
Yeah, it's certainly been busy, and the biggest news on the men's side has been the continued emergence of the new generation of riders. Wout van Aert and Mathieu van der Poel effectively just sharing the spoils between them. Van Aert took the 3 B-Post Bank trophy rounds and the overall series, and Van der Poel, meanwhile, well, he took the Super Prestige in Diegem and the Grand Prix Leuven.
However, both riders are contesting the Under-23 series at the World Cup, which left the World Cup at Zolder wide open for the old stages. And it was Lars van der Haar who actually stepped up. Lars, you remember, is a veteran of the sport at the age of 23.
The women's racing was arguably even more spicy, with Marianne Vos, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Katarina Nash bolstering the fields over the Christmas period.
Yeah, Vos won the World Cup over Nash and Prévot, and she also won in Diegem over Prévot and Nash.
But in Lunau, it was Nash who beat Vos, while meanwhile Prévot quit, and as she later said on Twitter, it was simply because she doesn't like the mud. But that's fair enough. A lot of other people don't like the mud. Matt, for example.
Well, the world's going to be epic anyway.
I wonder if she also dislikes grass, climbs, descents and logs, like Matt.
No, I think she actually is pretty good at logs, grass, descents and climbs.
Matt Stevens, heart of gold, hair of someone else. Former policeman, his ears to the ground, even when he's standing up.
Comment of the week! No. Comment of the week. This week comes from Kevin Hayes. Now, Kevin said, I subscribe, I watch, I almost never laugh. But hell, you guys make the effort, so I'll keep giving you the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes I chuckle at the effort, but it's not a lol. Keep going, you're doing great. Cheers, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks,
We
Kev.
do put a lot of effort in, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
Do our best.
We regularly lol.
We do. I'd laugh at that.
And ruffle.
Do we?
Ruffle.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Following on from cyclocross, British rider Helen Wyman wrote a really stark piece highlighting the deeply unfair state of prize money, particularly at the World Cup Series. Now, I suggest you head over to her blog and have a read, but in essence, the women's prize fund is just 17% of the size of the men's.
Yeah, and to give you some factual examples, if a woman finishes 11th in a World Cup, she gets less prize money than a man who finishes 50th, even if perhaps he's been lapped out after 2 laps.
Surely this should be easy to fix. So come on UCI, pull your socks up.
Absolutely.
On the channel this week, on Wednesday, it's how to ride further. Flatter routes mean more kilometres, so you can pack in the Ks like never before. And if you're super motivated, go for a point-to-point with a monster tailwind.
So, 5 easy ways then to ride further.
Thursday is top 10 ways to improve your New Year fitness.
On Friday, we've got a brand new GCN indoor training video. On Saturday, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. backcomb last presenter video. And on Sunday we go back through the vaults again in Off the Back.
And on Monday, it's the continuation of our creek busting series. Next, a complaint that's unique to deep section wheels. That rattle.
World time trial champion Sir Bradley Wiggins will leave Team Sky in April after a campaign solely focused on winning Paris-Roubaix. And then, with the cobblers behind him, he'll turn his attention to Rio 2016 and specifically the team pursuit.
Yeah, he signed a unique 4-month contract with the team, and then from May onwards he'll be riding for the UK-based Continental squad, eponymously named Team Wiggins Development Team, or TWDT for short. Tweet of the week comes from Greg Henderson, who posted this after lapping the field with Caleb Ewan at the first of the Bay Crits.
He said, 18 years age gap between @Caleb Ewan and myself. Incredible how fast he is. Deserved winner tonight. Happy to lap the field with him. #Bay Crits.
That's not our only tweet of the week actually this week.
No, we've got a surprise one, I think.
Just want to draw your attention to this, which we were taken from the @RealStevens Twitter feed. Matt, this photograph taken of you at the 1994 Tour de l'Avenir team presentation.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few things that spring out here. Your haircut.
No, I admit I had a mullet in the day, but that's a shadow. If you look closely,
That's a shadow.
if you get it up to high res, it's a shadow.
That's the GB mullet team actually. And then the next thing actually is the size of your bike, which is absolutely enormous. You now ride a 54, you're on a 60?
It was a 56 centimetre frame. It's a GT. It was state of the art. Campag chorus throughout. Look how shiny
And
it
are
is.
your handlebars actually higher than your seat? Or is it just an optical
Come to
illusion?
think of it, yeah, there's not much of a drop this side, but things were different back in those days. We
Yeah.
just rode on the drops.
All right, and then one last thing. It's all right, Matt. It's not all right.
It's all right. I mean.
Oh, nice one.
I forgot to mention before we go, chaps. I've had a text from Bertie. Been invited across to Sicily, the training camp, to hang out with him and do wheelies with Sagan and co.
You're going to do wheelies?
Fuck's sake. Well, probably not. You know, I don't know, but
say,
we're going
watch
to
that.
make a load of cool videos. So I'll be checking in next week.
Not going yet anyway, because we've got a little bit of a surprise for you, Matt.
Yeah,
Really?
we do.
What?
We can't let it go unmarked. Matt,
And what?
happy birthday to you.
Birthday to you.
Oh, that's really nice. Can I open it? Can I?
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wig. Happy birthday
There you
to
go, Matt.
you.
You go steady, because that can do some pretty cool stuff.
It's just amazing. I just don't know what to say, really. I mean,
We've also got you a cake. Now, we couldn't fit all the candles on,
That's
so
well
this is
enough.
literally half.
I'm a little bit
There's
overwhelmed.
similarity, isn't there, between the hedgehog and his hair?
he's got a candle in my ear, and so I might just have his nose. It's nice. That's really, really nice. It's like fudge. It's like a, I don't know,
Picked his
birthday
nose
cake.
and ate it.
Oh, thanks very much, chaps. It's really kind of you. And I'll put this to good use. I'll probably do my hair, especially when I see Bertie next week. Thank you.
Nice. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, and frankly there is no excuse why you shouldn't have done, but make sure you do check out Road Bike Party 3, just up there.
And as it's New Year, you can click down here for our indoor New Year training playlist.
And finally, we've got a challenge for you lot. Matt has promised that if we get 2,000 likes on this video, he will backcomb his hair using his new brush on next week's show.
I will.
And that is something we all want to see, so please get liking. Have you ever done it?
I have backcombed my hair with my hands, and it's impressive. It has its own sort of climate and everything.